ChillBuzz, baby.
Nice. Volumes are sounding nice. Even if these guys, yo, let them talk. I like the vibe. I like the vibe. Welcome to ChillBuzz Radio, people, where we shed light on the deep, dark truth of New York City and the surrounding world around that bitch. Yeah. I'm DJ Luca Knight, and I'm here with
your boy ReddaBlack.
ReddaBlack, nice to meet you, man. I met you the other day at some dope ass Outlaw. I don't want to give the coordinates on that, but it was pretty dope, you know. So the more you follow us, maybe you'll get put on to stuff like that in the future. But you're tell the people a little about yourself and like what you do.
Well, excuse me. Well, actually, in Bistro 1804, by the way, located in Brooklyn. Great food. So I was just having a taste of something delightful. So, the Outlaw. ReddaBlack's my name. Artist, promoter, extraordinaire. Very well known in hip-hop, reggae, EDM, electronic music.
I like it.
Drum and bass. A lot of great things, you know?
I feel like hip-hop is more electronic music than drum and bass is.
Well,
if you really think about it.
Well,
maybe not more dance music, but do you see where I'm coming from?
You
just
gotta
like
realize,
in the production aspect of it.
You have to realize the elements is what make up music. And for hip-hop, there's a lot of elements that's been ignored because the digital age. But when you listen to shit like Planet Rock, what do you hear? Electronic instruments.
Planet Rock, I'm not familiar.
Well, see, you got to do your homework, buddy.
Okay.
Planet Rock
enlighten me.
Is an old school hip hop track. And
by who?
Well, it's by this artist named Africa Bambaataa. He's caught up in a lot of scandals today. But other than that, pioneer of the hip-hop movement, and his earlier work of arts, it just instruments of electronic instrumentations happen to be in it as well. And there's a lot of artists from the early, which will be called the golden age of hip-hop.
Now, what age is that? What if you could give a beginning year and an ending year, what would you say the golden age is?
Well, hip-hop 101 for those that don't know. And I say it like that because it hurts, you know. There's once upon a time in existence where when you spoke about hip-hop, you know, most people were just alert to what it is, what it was, what it will be, what's going on. The energy is there. But the frequency's been messed with, so I'll just get to the point. 79, for the most part, would be the digest of the introduction of hip-hop. At that point in time, the sound wasn't what it's familiar based now. It was an experimental mode, but it arrived from a lot of different atmospheres and areas of music. Disco being one of them. So if you look at any of the old school videos of artists from 79, 80, etc., you might see them dressed up kind of wild, weird, and the music and the way they were performing it at that time, you know, you might be a little confused, be like, hold up, this doesn't sound like what I know to be hip hop. But if you really listen, you can see the elements of all the transformations.
That was hip hop before you thought what hip hop was, you know?
Yeah, that's hip hop from the matter.
So when do you think we entered that golden age, though? Like, those were the early, like, Stone Age years. But when did that golden age
The golden
really...
age would be like the 80s, the mid-80s.
Mid-80s,
Like
right?
85, 86, 87.
And when would you say the end of that era was?
Well, the end of what will be known as the golden age of hip-hop will be more catastrophic to that turn of event that became the hardcore era in the East Coast, more or less, because that's what did it. When the East Coast became more targeted toward being hardcore rather than just artistic, because the artistic energy is really what kept the golden age of hip-hop flowing, because it's about the artistic art form, the lyrical bass, tone, melody, the story that you would have to tell, whether it being negative or positive.
It can be negative sometimes. Like my first mixtape, my introduction into the music game, I was a mixtape rapper. I had fucking bars. I still got them, but I'm a good writer. But it was like violent hood shit, and it was like really telling my story. But I became a different person in a lot of ways. I grew up in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like now, the stuff I'm writing for my new album, it's more poetic. Like some of it like has like a dark side to it, but more of it sends a better message out. You know what I'm saying?
More or less, it's your story to tell. You see, the greatest thing about hip hop, especially in that golden era, is that, it came with laws, the bylaws, and those bylaws should still count. Although we see that it doesn't count any longer. They threw them out. So the bylaws, you ask me, what are those laws? Well, first and foremost, originality. You had to always be original. So when you was listening to hip hop in the golden era, you was hearing artists of so many different lambdas, I like to say,
When they started fusing it with R&B,
Well-
I really loved that shit.
Well, you see, that just is a part of the beauty of it, because just by you interacting that, when they fused it to R&B aspect, let's talk
And
about
made it
that
clubby,
element, right?
too,
New Edition.
It's like it's a slow jam and a club banger at the same
Are
time.
you familiar with the group known as New Edition?
New Edition, no.
Are you serious? This guy must be from Melmac. New Edition. You ever heard of Bobby Brown? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
very-
Well, Bobby Brown was in a group. The group was called New Edition.
Okay.
Right? So New Edition, although
What era is this?
This is the 80s. They made it all the way into the 90s, and it's still popping. Check it out.
Dope.
New Edition, R&B group. You heard of New Kids on the Block?
Yeah.
Okay, so there would be no New Kids on the Block if it wasn't for a group like New Edition. For one, they had the same management, and that manager, what he did is carbon copy the entire scheme of what was put together to create the group New Edition. He took that symbolic to make New Kids on the Block, and then they did that and carbon copy that to come with the NSYNCs and all these other fucking groups, right? So New Edition is like the fucking father, grandfather of all these other little groups that came together and popped
What would
off.
you say is one of like your? I mean, a lot of people don't have one sole inspiration, but one of like off the head, like, or maybe a few of them, like, who inspired you to even like take that route to the point where I'm gonna be in this fucking industry?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm very happy that you asked that question, and I'm gonna give you a direct answer. Yeah, I hear a lot of people today. They be like, "Wow, this rapper, that rapper, whoever." A lot of them is crappers, and I'm not gonna go in on anyone, nor am I gonna drop names about those rappers. But I'm gonna tell you about an artist, MC, that is extraordinaire, outstanding, and one of the very first pioneers when it came to lyrical, just the game.
Rakim.
Not even, before, it's funny because Rakim may be definitely responsible for these cats to be pushed one side. So before there was an Eric B and Rakim making noise, there was a group known as Run DMC. You ever heard of Run DMC?
I mix their music all the time.
All right. Well,
there's many uploads sharing
Daryl-
their name and mine.
Daryl McDaniels is nice. Take nothing from him. Made JMJ Jam Master J rest very well where he is. But significantly, let's take and give credit where it must be due. And I think it's long overdue because this gentleman deserves roses, and we're talking about who is known today as Reverend Run. Run from Run DMC.
Pioneers.
Run is a MC that has personality. And what Run did,
He had that show. I didn't like it, but I love his music.
well, his music
I
is
love the
outstanding,
music,
but
you
he
know?
was in a movie.
He did the show for the family,
Yeah,
I get it, you know. But
that
the music I
happens.
love. When I saw Eminem get on stage and say, if there was no Run DMC, there would be no Eminem.
Well,
That was a strong statement. And that at that moment, like, just saying that, just any person of like at that level saying something like that
Hey.
about someone else,
listen to this.
you're gonna look at them and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, you're gonna
I'ma tell you
evaluate
something.
them more. I already looked like very highly of Run DMC, you know.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, man.
They changed up. They turned up the game.
Hey,
They
listen.
turned up the game. That's the best way I could say
Hey,
it.
the game is fucking sabotage. I'm gonna tell you something.
What do you think? When did the golden era end? I need that answer.
Well, see-
because I want to give you my range, but I'm waiting for your end year.
Well, see, the thing is,
I could tell you my birth year is probably 88. That's when I think the golden era started. Probably around 88.
Nah, the golden era of hip-hop.
When do you think it
You
ended?
said starting.
When do you think it ended?
The end of that probably would have been going until 91.
No, when do you think the golden era of hip hop ended?
I'm telling you.
And it became shit.
I'm trying to tell you.
91?
Going
Really?
into 91. Because, see, I think you're becoming confused believing that the Biggie Smalls, Nas era is a part of the golden era, and they're not. That's a whole new
when
era.
I say golden era, I mean the best era. Like, there's the Stone Age, there's like the Pioneer Age, like there's the,
You see, that's the point.
Transformation
That
Age.
Pioneer
And
age.
there's a reverting age where it starts like get whacked. My golden era, personally, where I feel like we're the best years of hip hop, it's actually a span of 24 years, 1988 and 2012. Because I'm not saying it didn't decline, like after 2000, after the night. I'm not saying that, but it changed in different ways that I also did appreciate a lot, And as a DJ, it did get more like dancier. It did get more clubbier and stuff like that. This next album I'm coming up, it's a dance album, but I want I want rap on it, but it's gonna be like some Chris Brown type beat. You know what I'm saying?
You ever heard of an artist named Special Ed?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so Special Ed had this joint called I Got It Made. I'm going to give you something because I'm listening to you. And, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying. But I'm realizing that when you do your study on music, you start realizing that wordplay make a difference. So when you say golden era, today, today's era is etched into the age factor of today's people being able to say what they believe, right? Once upon a time and growing up, it was an older generation that was able to give that answer, say this is the older and this is the golden era. You dig it? So that means that in the 80s, we wouldn't have been a golden era for anybody from the 60s, or maybe the 70s would have.
How would you define golden era?
But that's what I'm
Because
trying.
maybe we have different definitions.
But see, I'm trying to show you that now.
I'm just saying, like
Watch
after
this.
2012, that's when I felt like it
All right.
started to downfall a lot after around that time.
But see, that's what I'm trying to show you. So for you, you feel like that's a golden era because that's like in your age group of music that you was able to listen to and
as a
evaluate. Is that
DJ,
what it
as
is?
someone that loves all types of music,
Yeah.
not just hip hop, like I do like the diversity in it, but it got to a point where it just started sounding ridiculous. It's not even hip hop anymore. It's just mumble rap.
Trash.
And I like someone like Chris Rivers, like Big Pun's son. He got the best bars out. Like he's better than Pun and a lot of people from the 90s. But people don't want that now. They want Lil Nas X and Young Thug and
Well, you see, you
know what I'm
gotta
saying?
realize that.
They're their thing. They're music. They are music, but it's so different. It's so far off. Like, is it even hip hop? It has to be like another form of it.
Have you?
Because it's not like I'm sorry to cut you off, but you saw all the stuff Snoop and Method Man and even X and everyone's been putting out Dre like the recent years, like especially with the pandemic hit. It sounds like shit straight out the 90s.
Well, see,
That's real hip hop.
See,
That's real hip hop.
Let's do this, right? You gotta let me get some words in here. Check this out. First, before I go into this, I'm gonna be complete with what I was gonna say. I asked you a question about special ed because special ed, I got it made. That's hip hop. You understand? Run DMC, anything out of them is hip hop. Hip hop is music that express a volume of entertainment with a volume of living. It combines the two and it puts it together in rhyme form to express pain, happiness, pleasure, etc. It's a creation diverse. And its impact it's a creative impact so that you could keep surviving.
How do you feel about the censorship of it?
Well,
Like when DMX died, it's like I have no problem with like gay people or whatever, but DMX wrote certain bars. They want to censor curses, but when they play that song on the radio right after they died, everything DMX. I show no love for homo thugs. I mean, honestly, like I have love for all people, but for the bar and the time where he wrote that song, he didn't even curse, and you want to censor that right after he died? Like that's just one thing. Like that's just like off the top of the head. But it's like what's your ideas? Because I feel like even they'll censor like the word hoe. Like it's getting pretty silly at this point.
Listen to this, right? You know, they allow the females to say bitch, bitch, bitch. But if a male say it, it's a problem. Think about it, right? The N-word,
run the world.
The N-word has been broken down into a plaything where it's like, oh, it's just this way, not that way. Realistically, anybody with melanin complexion that has a brain, that word is not something that hits them as a bullseye because the definition of it is ignorant. You dig? So I say all that to show you that we live in a society where they're just playing games with people who are weak-minded.
I agree.
So
very
when your
much.
mind is weak, then the television, the radio, the program, it controls you and says, yo, that's not cool anymore, so you're a fool if you do it. Because it makes no sense all of a sudden to start censoring things that should have been censored 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
And now you want to go back in time? It's
Right.
like, come on.
And we're living in a chapter of life where it makes no sense to go back when there's so much reasons to go forward. Like, going forward is looking crazy when it's supposed to be the greatest thing coming. So you mean to tell me that you're gonna get caught up over censorship?
How do you feel like about like the R. Kelly situation? Like, I
Wow.
feel like, lock him up, go ahead, but liberate his music.
But
Like,
they
say
gave
what
him
you want
life.
about
They
the
gave
guy.
him life.
Give it to him, but let his don't mute his music.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? At least put money in his books. Let his music keep money in his books. It is what it is. But the guy makes good music. Hey, Michael Jackson could have done a lot of things that's still very controversial, but everyone
Well,
puts his music on the highest pedestal on the planet.
We have to ask ourselves: is music a weapon? Because
Yes, it is.
It comes down to
it
that.
It can be.
Because that's the ultimate question: is music a weapon?
It can be a tool, though.
How does artists that make such
It can be a
beautiful
vessel.
music become such targets? Like, are these people targets or are these people
Because the
criminals?
elites
Like, someone let us know.
become the elites and are able to stay the elites by committing sinister things that
Hey.
others have to pay for, you know?
So what happened to a hero? Like, I thought these people were people's heroes. Like, how do you just watch your heroes become destroyed so easily and want so much for them? See, this is what I'm saying. I think artists that have absolute talent, like, I'm speaking not of everyone that's out there perpetrating a fraud because they signed a contract or got caught up in some energy that said, okay, you're an artist now. There's a lot of Neanderthals out there that, you're not that. That's not you. You dig it? And ReddaBlack is saying that because I'm very talented, man. And I know I am. And for the most part, I be holding mines back because I see it's crazy out here. But directly speaking, since we're doing the podcast, let's make sure we can make this podcast worth listening to. You have a lot of people that are very talented. And, you have people who are so-called or quote-unquote regular people. What makes you regular? Because you're not capable of doing the things that the people that you highlight as special to you can do, right? But when you see these people, you go crazy. No disrespect, but some people actually act like jackasses over other people because they say, wow, this person's phenomenal.
Keeping it real, yeah.
Right?
Like
But-
Elon Musk, everyone's shitting on him. He's making the world better in so many ways,
But that's another thing.
People like to hate.
We don't know if it is or if it ain't, but people are sweating him like he's the shit. Right?
I got back on Twitter and my subscribers tripled in 3 days. By the way, you can add me, DJ Luca Knight, Twitter.com. I'm back.
Hey, I would give you mine, but it seems like mine is under attack. Listen to this.
Not that Elon's back.
Well,
He got our back.
hopefully we could get it cleared up. But this is what I want to say to the point. If you take these people and you cherish them and they're being demolished, how is it you get over that so fast? I mean, they were your hero.
Well, you don't cherish them.
But that just shows you that these fans, maybe for the most part, are unworthy.
A lot are, but it depends on the act. Like, how do you feel about the whole Will Smith thing? That's something I have to bring up. Like, I haven't brought up since I've recorded a session, and I actually give him a lot of props because he accepted the 10-year ban like a champ. He's trying to move past it. He's taking it like a.
Did you expect anything
He's a
less
cuck. He's a
from
cuck.
Will
It is what it
Smith?
is. But you know what? I'm not gonna stop watching
He's a
his
Boy
movies.
Scout.
I want him to make Bad Boys because he's a good actor, and you shouldn't cancel him based off something that happened. Maybe throw Chris Rock like 50 grand, or take him out to fucking dinner. He's a nice guy, I'm sure. Like it is what it is. But apology would probably make it good enough, and they probably did already. But just like things like this, like,
You know what I like to know? As I'm chewing on the candy, right?
do you think Will Smith should still get movies?
I'm trying to find out if we were to take a toll, yay or nay, was the slap real or was the slap fake?
It was real, man.
How
it
much
looked a little comedic the way Chris
people-
Rock just.
How
you
much?
know?
How much people would vote? Yay was fake, or nay it was not.
Bro, Jada came on her show and said about this affair with this kid and all this stuff, and he deserves better. Like, he got a lot of stuff going on, you know, like he wears the skirt in the relationship.
What is
but
that?
He also
That's the new America.
brings in
isn't
the
it?
money, and he could afford to give her half his bread, and then she's fucked after that. So,
Hey man, is that
but I
what we're
wish
selling?
all of them the best. I honestly do.
But is that what we're selling today? Are we literally selling to men, little boys? When you grow up, you could put the skirt on and give up half of your bread. Is that what we're doing? But we're telling the little girls, yes, when you grow up, you could be G.I. Joe, not G.I. Jane. I'm not causing a confusement. I'm just saying. There's a lot of crazy things going on.
Well, you know what? We're getting past all that stuff. I wish all of them the best. I wish the whole planet the best. But where are we at right now? Where is this place? I want to give them a shout out
This
for
is
us letting them do the
Bistro.
podcast here with the Joe Rogan vibe going on.
Bistro 1804, and it's crazy because we just did this podcast.
Free
And I
sponsor right now, you know.
I
like,
was trying to record.
come
it.
on down to Bistro. What?
Bistro 1804 is located on Brooklyn and Clarendon Road, and I really don't remember the address.
599.
What is the address? What's the address? 3612 Clarendon Road.
Okay. Definitely come through, people. Great food. We're going to be doing some parties over here. Before we wrap up, I heard some music of yours, Kingdom. That is definitely going to be the song of the day.
Kingdom.
But is there anything you want to like leave the people off with? Like, because we definitely got to get another session in. You know, like this got cut off a little short. You know, but like
I just
we're
want
both busy, man.
I just want to say
But
to
I'm glad
everybody
we
out
made this
there
happen.
that friendly conversation, commute safely out there, live safely, keep your mind clear, try not to be afraid of anything, and believe there's nothing greater than truth. Good music is the greatest thing you could ever receive. Anything less than that
Greatest
is
thing you could ever
cheating,
make, too.
cheating you.
When you're our
It's
breed.
cheating your life. It's cheating your future. So if you want to make a difference and you believe in your heroes, you'll roll for them. You should never receive an interview from any artist that has talent if you're not going to really live and die for them. Because most artists that has talent is living and dying for you. Every
Support
word,
your artists.
every word, every tour, every video, every segment. You know, this just goes back to when I used to watch wrestling as a kid, right? Hulk Hogan and him was smart, Vince McMahon. He came out with that song, I am a real American, fighting for rights of every man. I am a real American.
That's Elon. I would vote him as president if he was born
for your
here.
rights. Well, yo, come on, man. Fight for your rights to be real. Stop being fake. ReddaBlack, Luca Knight.
Yo, you're a fucking true intellect. You're a great artist and musician. Thank you for coming on. You say you were MC. I met you at this dope-ass party at the undisclosed
man.
location. You can hit us up
Lit,
personally,
lit.
and if you're lucky, if you show us enough love, you'll find out. But here, the address we just gave you, we're going to be having some shit go down. It's going to be lit, like
Yo.
hip-hop, reggae,
Hey,
D&B
hey.
vibes, all types of shit. It's going to be dope. This last song is
Kingdom. That's check it out. Kingdom. Basically, it's written as a gentrification tune. It's about anybody invading any space and people complaining and not doing anything about it. So basically, it doesn't matter who. It's not about color or race. I don't make music based on color or race. I make music based on situations and people, place, and things. Kingdom, anywhere in the world. If you're there and it's going to be invaded by people else who does not have an appreciation of where you are, then you shouldn't just complain. You should do something. So it's like, kingdom, kingdom, kingdom. You know, you gotta have your hat on your head because your mind is your dome piece. You gotta think to control your community.
And they're about to hear that right now. So enjoy, people. ReddaBlack, once again, thank you for coming on. This has been ChillBuzz Radio with DJ Luca Knight and ReddaBlack. Good night, New York.
Get 'em.
Good night, planet Earth.
Good night.
Oh yeah. House of music unexpected. Jalanya juggernauts hip stepping. The ReddaBlack. Kings, queens. Listen to me please. Watch me. I tell them just what me say. Can't get enough, I never did I take away with say. Kingdom, I leave me alone. Couldn't get the ransom or less more at home say. Kingdom, them around. Nowadays it seem like they just a shop around. Can't get the blouse around. Them type of things make you sick, never frown. Can't get a more move like a jump around. Easy shop around, ReddaBlack up, come down top. They ready rock a non-stop guitar. Can't get enough of them a spread, never say. Think they ready but not ready like a way. House of music come off and rock away, rocker. Kingdom, king me down. Enough people nowadays just a go home. Can't get the house unless I'm more say your home. Can't get the broken up boy, the kingdom said. Kingdom. This a Papa ReddaBlack and rock on me throne. Can't get enough of pussy boy must go wrong. Things say ready get blown. Let me know how you handle the vandal scandalizing. Enough of them a chop and never realizing. Think them ready but not rock like we say. Try a lying, never they are easy. A replay hits a elay, you go, you bing. Things sound already but I know what I mean. Scandalous pussy them fit that like a long time. Or what we say, kingdom with my lick. Our lyrical styles will keep it serial and tip-a-ta, toe-ta, tip-a-ta, nah. Slay everything on the non-stop scene. Kingdom, them a roam. Can't get down so let's much a home. Enough of them a chatty, them a silly down. Can't get a crown like the king and go down with it. Kingdom, them a roam. Can't get the hostless, much more throne. Easy for my bad boy style that can load. Cut back and squeeze pussy, them a let alone. Kingdom. House of music, yo, take control. Unexpected, guaranteed, let it explode. You ready, see how we yo. Kingdom. Can't get the hostless, much more a throne. Enough of them a roam. Can't get a zone. Pussy get blown up in the zone. Bang! Yeah, man. We a chat to you direct and bumbo-clad step. What am I say? What am I say? What am I Mako say? Kingdom, get my throne. He's a ReddaBlack, your boy say we home. Easy Flatbush, house of music zone. Jalanya juggernauts, hip step the A, yo. Kingdom, them a roam. Can't get the hostless, much more a throne. Them type of vibe, see, not boy wrong. Push it in for, you already know. I what we say, kingdom, run things. Nah, they don't never run with it. Don't see say stally. Easy Redda when we nice the party say. Kingdom, we are roam. Can't get the hostless, much more the throne. Not for them pussy boy, them just a roam. Chatty, them blown in on the zone. Kingdom, I them a yo. Hold down the throne, rock and roll. You don't know, already see a yo. We run dance all turn it in a disco. Boom.
ChillBuzz, baby.
Protect your bomber-clad self. House of music unexpected. Jala and Jug, hip stepping. ReddaBlack, raw.